We've been working on this house for 18 months, doing everything we could ourselves, from roofing the house to laying the concrete to putting in walls, studding, absolutely everything, you name it. The one thing we haven't been able to do is this parlor. This has been one room that has not been touched. While we waited for the kids, when we were working on their bedroom, we moved them down here. Fingers crossed the electrician will come this week, but I'm not too sure. The other thing we have to do is this snug. Claire's been working on the beams, but what we got to do is just plaster and whitewash all the walls to make it nice and comfortable. Today and tomorrow, I'm going to be trying to finish off the electrical stuff in the parlor, and I think Claire's going to try and paint the floorboards, if not fix the wall. We've 2 days to do this because, well, the kids are home in 4 days and they want their bedrooms back, and we need this project done. Let's see how we get on.
So close.
The day starts.
So close.
And then the wiring goes in.
What can you do?
Took us about 4 hours to get home.
Through these little noggins. Oh my god, it is 7 o'clock.
I'm going to go forth and clean myself. Ta-ra.
Dark nights don't have pissed me off.
Happy days.
Yeah. So close. So this is the rig out for the beam cleaning up. I'll quickly show you. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to war. The mask or the hat is to keep my hair clean. The mask is to keep my lungs clean, and the ski mask is to keep it from going in my eyes, even though every time I take the mask off, I find I have it on the edge of my hat, and it just falls into my eyes. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what's on these beams. It's like a varnish. Do you know what? It's years of varnish or some kind of paint, years of dust, years of smoke. Some of them aren't even varnished. They're just like smoke, blackness on them, I guess from the old fireplace. And I just like, it's super messy. So I've got this one here, which I'm not going to do. This is skinny one, was where the wall was, because there was a wall here, which we knocked down. So this isn't holding anything up, you can see, it's not even in the wall. So this is going to come off. Rob's going to take that one out. And I've done to here. Of this one, I just need to finish the end piece. It's very black here. There's a big piece of metal actually on it as well. We might just leave it there. And then I've got 2 little skinnies to do. And I would say that's it. So close to finishing it. And I just really want to finish it. It has to be finished today. It's not dragging into another day. It's too messy. Already you can see the state of the fucking room. I've got taped up the door, put a draft excluder there. Upstairs is probably a state. The stairs is a state. What can you do?
Guys, this was an absolutely awful job. The amount of muck and dirt that were on these beams, not to mention loads of random nails and screws, and the obligatory electrical wires. Ugh. So Ash is now gone away. I can get started in this room. What I've started with is I'm kind of half taking apart the bedroom, because when he comes home he'll be in his upstairs room. I need to get access to do some electrics. The bed, the center of the room is right here. The bed's gonna go there. I'm gonna have a socket on either side. They can put maybe a bedside lamp on each. And yeah, we're gonna have some lights on either side as well, but they're gonna be on dimmers. This is where we're at. Let's get stuck in. So I have this wall clear of any lumps, bumps, nails. I'm just about to position the sockets, get them on the wall, and I'm thinking switches. I have a switch here, which I'm going to see if I can reuse because the wiring is already chased. But on the multimeter, only one of these are connecting to, this is a, up here, this is a red, and this is a black wire. But actually inside here, we seem to have 2 reds. Using a multimeter, I can connect one red to here, and there's continuity. I don't know where the other wire is, so I'm just gonna take away a little bit of this cornicing. Unfortunately, these floorboards, they ran the whole width of the house. The whole of these rafters were covered with the floorboards, and they just kind of built the concrete right up to it. So you can't actually pull it out. So I gotta do some sort of a job to tidy this up. I gotta find out where this wire is going. And then, I don't know, we'll move on, I suppose. So coming up from here, I did manage to knock this back. I can see the 2 wires. I don't know where they go. It makes no sense to go back that way. There's definitely a live and a neutral coming out here, but there are 2 lives. I just don't know where the second live is going. However, I think if I can pull the 2 of these out, I might be able to still use it and just abandon the 2 of these. They seem to be going behind these beams. This is the old beam. Behind that is the new beam. So these are just, I suppose, pointless. I don't know why they're still there. Anyway, let's see if I can get these wires out. They seem, look, if I'm moving that one, I'm pulling this and I can definitely see that going. I'm pulling the other one and there's nothing happening. So I have no idea where this one's going. Let me just try the other side. Definitely pulling that one. So where's this one going? Oh, weird. It's just in one of my random piles. I can totally use that. I just tied off all the wires right here. So we're just gonna push this one through. Sweet. So I'll just snip these fellas. We should be good to go. These blackberry wallpaper was one of the things Clare fell in love with when she came. I'm not sure we can keep it, but we might put a frame around it just so we can see the old wallpaper. I'm not sure. We see how it goes. So now we have the wall pretty much clear. We're all ready to go there, and we're all ready to go here. I'm going to leave these sockets wired, at least this one actually, because that's feeding another socket. I think everything's coming from this room, the power. What I have left to do now is install the sockets. I have 2 of these wall-mounted ones, which I think look really cool, but I can only find one. I'm not sure where the other one is, so unfortunately, in the meantime, I'm just going to use a plastic wall-mounted socket set, and maybe in the future, after the electrician has come, I'll change this back out. So, first thing I'm going to do, connect 2 of these, and we wire them up. So here we have some really cool black lights. They're LED, they have multiple kind of fisheye lens, so they give off a very, I think, kind of a dispersed light, so it's not a hard shadow. They're really cool. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm calling them cinema lights. I'm going to put one here. It's about 180 mil or 180 centimeters from the back wall. I'm going to put another one over on the exact same side, get them in place, and then the wiring goes in. These lights came from Amazon. Got them over a year ago. Didn't even think about it. I think they were like 15 euros or something. So final light's gone up. I don't necessarily need that perfect because this wall is going to be chipped back. I just need the position so I can start working on the wiring. So we're just back from the beach. We managed to get out for a very small break with Rooney because we got a break in the weather. Actually, yesterday we had some of the worst storms ever and all the rivers broke their bank. We were taking Ciara and Ash up to the airport. Took us about 4 hours to get home. That's twice the amount of time it normally takes. It was crazy. I'll show you some pictures. But anyway, we got a little break in the weather, so myself and Claire decided to take Rooney off down to the beach. Went down to the beach. It was magnificent. And then it closed in again, so we are just back now. And to be honest, it's Sunday. It's a little bit dark and I actually think I'm going to leave it here. I can't even show you what I was working at. Let me get some lights. I have a wire gone into the socket. I've cut the copper pipe to length and I just have it here. I haven't connected. I've done the same on the other side. Wire going through the socket, cut the pipe to length, and I just need to connect that wire up here and we should be good to tie up those. I'll do that in the morning, and then I just need to be a bit creative where I want to run my wiring from the light switch to this and to the other one. Probably take power from the same place. So shame we didn't get it finished. I'm going to wrap it up there, and I am going to come back in the morning and hopefully we get this finished. And I know I've said it for a good while, but hopefully that's 99% of all the electrics on in the house, bar the solar. You know what? I wasn't even meant to do these rooms. Claire was going to do these rooms. She was going to renovate them, and I was going to come and do the power in the new year. We're just going to use extension cables. But at the last minute, we said, feck it. You know, I've done enough electrical stuff. Let me just finish this off. So this was a very stretch goal, maybe a bit unplanned, but practically there now. Happy days. Hey folks, we're delighted to let you know that our limited edition Rooney Red Setter postcards are now available. If you would like your Rooney approved postcards, head below to our Ko-fi store where you can pick up one and get a secret message from us. If you would also like our original West Cork Wander Farmhouse postcards, get them at the same store, but hurry, prints are limited.
I'm just using, this is actually amazing. It's a wire brush on an angle grinder, and it's really shifting the paint off here. This wall in particular is our own external wall in here, and as you can see, it's really bitty. I haven't got to this part yet, but down here it's all flaking. So I'm hoping that I can shift most of that and that we can paint today. So that's the goal. That's the goal for today.
This actually wasn't the worst job, but because I did it last minute, I didn't think it through and I didn't want to drill holes in the beams, so temporarily I've just nailed them in place. Maybe in the future I'll neaten it up or drill through them. I'm not sure, but for now it's fine.
So we're very excited because the paint is going on and it's going to look amazing. But just a quick experiment. We did from this side of the room halfway across to sort of this ridge here. That's had one coat undercoat, one coat paint. And then from the ridge over to the far side has had two coats of undercoat and one coat paint. Note, very brown, with two coats of undercoat. And this one here, this new side here, this has had one coat of paint. So the difference is amazing. I think I'm going to ditch the undercoat because the paint works better on its own. I think you'll agree. But it was a bit of an experiment, and had I not tried the undercoat, I would have wanted to have tried it. So yeah, that's where we are. So we'll keep on going, see how it looks at the end.
Eagle-eyed viewers will know this is the first time you'll see Claire with a paintbrush. The sprayer was not used here as the time to tape up all the beams was supposedly longer than painting it by hand. This beam was absolutely nightmare to get out. I probably should have done it before I put the OSB on top. Having the wire run through it really was not helpful. It was quite awkward actually, but with a hammer we got it done. Nails, oh my god, there's so many nails, hammering and grinding them, but eventually they got out. There's not many projects I'm unhappy with, but the wiring this room was one of those. Oh dear. Finally got that monstrosity done. It looks awful. I think we're gonna make it better in the future, but right now it's done, and that'll allow us to test the electricity. And the only thing I have left now, so that's a junction box to the light switch or the dimmer switch, and this junction box will take the power and it'll send the controls to the other light on that side. Next, I just have to tap the lights and the new sockets into the existing power, and Just gonna go off and have a bite to eat, and I'll come back a little bit later. I have the light on, it's dark in here, but it's kind of sunny outside. But for sure later I think it's gonna be dark. Well folks, you know it's winter when the head torch comes out. But seriously, these things are pretty damn handy. So you probably can't see, but yeah, I got them done. Happy days. It's pretty dark, and I'm about to go have a shower. It's 9 o'clock. It feels like it's the middle of the night, but there were days long ago where we would work well into the darkness. What do you think, Claire? Are you done? I'll let Claire give her update. Unless you want to give your update now on my camera. How about those chickens?
Not yet, no.
Okay. I'm going to go forth and clean myself. Ta-ra! The day starts with a lovely anniversary walk. Look what a beautiful day! And the sun just shining up on the mountains.
0 clouds.
No clouds for the anniversary. Rudy's excited. What's this, Claire?
I don't know.
It's heart. It's from Liz. That looks like a bottle of alcohol.
It does.
Should be rude not to, eh? Rooney wants to go walkies. Top looks great on you.
Oh, thank you. Rudy's little noggin. Look at the fuchsia, Rob.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh my god, there's so much of it.
Yeah.
That's good. Morning time. And we finished the painting last night. It looks great. I just need to obviously take the masking tape off the sides, and then they can be tongued. Really happy with that. Aim today, completely get this ready for plaster. One day to do it. I'm going to work until into the night to get this plastered and prepped for paint. So that's where we're at. Let's go. So, oh my golly, it is 7 o'clock and I've been at this all day. I've got some parts plastered. You can see up there is all looking nice here above the door. These pieces, unfortunately, I had to put a little bit of lime cement in because the holes were too big to plaster. The wall is looking pretty good. Started to look at these holes by the window. So I've decided I'm going to get this window sorted out before I finish tonight.
What?
So
What?
I'll leave you having a look there, and tomorrow then there might be just a few bits and pieces that have to be scraped or sanded or whatever. Rob's just come in looking like a man from the Arctic.
It's cold out. If you have never worked with stone before, we thoroughly suggest you give it a go if you get a chance to. Even a small little stone wall in your garden. There's something really rewarding about it, and Claire seems to think that this is actually her most enjoyable part of the project, was all of the stone masonry. Give it a go.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Light. Not a lot of light. Anyway, it is 8:30 and these dark nights don't half piss me off. Having to rely on the big light, one of these to see, because we still don't have any lights yet. But, however, room is looking good, and I was just starting, you can't even see, But anyway, the window is done. I've got a little bit here to work out how to do this. Fill this, and then plaster the lot. The door also needs a little bit more work. Very difficult getting into the sides here. You're really just using your fingers. Bye-bye mushroom, because you're not going to be staying here for much longer. That'll be it. So, hopefully next time you tune in, we will be painting. And it won't take long to paint at all. So it'll be great. So I just want to say thank you for everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for everything. We will see you soon. Gurv Mila Mahagat. Slán go fóill.